I'm in the south of Brazil, in a hotel room, and this is going to be the recording studio tonight where I take a look at the $50 phone. This area has the best lighting in the hotel room, and we packed so light I didn't bring any lighting equipment. It is a bit noisy right here considering we're right next to a freeway and a busy petrol station, but the other option is the bathroom. I mean, the lighting is actually... Now the lighting's actually really good. I digress. We're gonna record right here for now. So my wife is from Brazil and we're visiting family as we do about every 2 to 3 years. I would have loved to bring the smartphone I was gonna review next, but the import taxes and laws are crazy. If you're flying into Brazil from a foreign country like the USA, you're only allowed to bring in a certain amount of cell phones and other electronics. If you exceed the limit of cell phones or electronics or a certain dollar amount, you could potentially get charged in import taxes. So, we pretty much left everything behind. We landed here on Monday, and since then I've been on the hunt for a smartphone, and it's been interesting. I had a budget for around $50, and I finally found one. I went to a used smartphone market in order to get this one because I was told Facebook Marketplace was a bit too dangerous. And while we were there, I also found this. It's going to be the replacement of my tripod. I've actually seen these on AliExpress and Amazon, but I've never had one myself. It's basically a credit card size stand, which I'll use as a replacement for my tripod for my iPhone to sit on while we record. By the way, the lighting here sucks. Let's move into the bathroom. This is much better. Now, the smartphone we got was actually a surprise to me because I was not aware that these older smartphones were used so commonly in Brazil. I feel like in the US, we get in this trend of we need the latest and greatest, and that is not the trend here, and I actually appreciate it very much because it's something I try to follow myself. This smartphone is old enough that it's still using a micro USB charger. Okay, so what phone did I get? Dun, 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 dun. The Samsung Galaxy J2 Prime? Dude, I was surprised. That's 270 reais, by the way. With translation through my wife, we got down to 230, which is about $46 USD. So why am I surprised? Well, one of my first phones was a J series Samsung Galaxy, and the reason I'm surprised is because this specific model was released in 2016. The newest software that this can run without a custom ROM is Android 6. And I think it's so amazing that this phone is absolutely thrashed. Like, it's got cracks, it's got scratches, like this thing has been through a couple owners, as you can see, and it still has utility. People are still using these. A phone that you could remove the battery from is still being used in 2023 as a daily driver. Now, obviously, people in Brazil, they are using flagship phones like the S23 Ultras and the 15 Pro Maxes. Yes, I know, obviously. But I looked at several of these used cell phone shops, and this is what there were multiple Samsung Galaxy A series and lots of Samsung Galaxy J series. Like Samsung Galaxy J2 all the way through J7 being resold at what I would assume is a pretty high rate. I think that is awesome. If the phone still has utility, let's keep on using it. And this is possible because Brazil still has 3G support for cellular. Unsure about 2G, but for sure 3G and 4G, which makes these phones still usable. Unfortunately, 3G came to an end in the USA back in December of 2022. Micro USB being used today? I think yes. Okay, let's power this thing on and take a quick look. Oh dude, the Galaxy J2 Prime. Man, first of all, I gotta say, oh, that home screen looks so good and clean. This thing's actually running pretty smooth, and it's super responsive to the touch. One thing I love about the J2 is the physical home button, as well as the navigation touch buttons. As I mentioned previously, this thing is running Android 6, and one of the best things about Android 6 is the hidden Easter egg, which is like a remake of Flappy Bird, unless Flappy Bird was made after this. But either way, it's extremely frustrating. It's one of those games that's good for about 3 minutes. I went into the Play Store to take a look around and see what versions of applications I could download, and I wasn't upset, although I do have to say it was odd. There was a Google account still logged into the Play Store, which is pretty concerning, but Don't worry, I deleted it and added my own. Even more frustrating was I purchased an SD card from this little phone shop in this market and put it into the SD card slot. This phone has 16 gigabytes of internal storage. I need the SD card. Unfortunately, the phone is not picking up the SD card inserted. I've tried troubleshooting this, so either I have a fake SD card made of nothing but plastic, or the SD card reader is faulty, and I think that's the issue. On the brighter side, I love the nostalgic look of Android 6 and the layout of all these applications. I had a Galaxy J series in 2016, so it brings back memories, but what is this mobile TV application? I've never seen this. If I get TV channels, I'm gonna freak out in the best way. Allow mobile TV, allow mobile TV. Okay, let's check everything. Scan for channels, dude, no way! Oh, that was an upset. If you guys have more information on this mobile TV app, please comment below. I do think it's interesting there is a record application. I feel like that could be some copyright infringement. Oh, and then WhatsApp. WhatsApp, I feel like is huge everywhere other than in the USA. My wife is constantly talking to her family on WhatsApp. Oh, and I saw the entire Office suite, and I was thinking, holy crap, if I've got an active subscription to all these, I'm going to be pretty excited. But no, it's pretty much a bait and switch by Microsoft. I think they pre-installed these applications to get you to open them up and download the app. What is App Brazil? I just clicked on that. I have no idea what App Brazil is. Oh, it's a Galaxy store. Okay, agree. Still loading. Unsure why it's called App Brazil, but these were the apps that were installed. Huh, this isn't really any relevant information to me. On to the next. Of course, we've got to see if the essentials work. YouTube. Okay, again, this is one of those times where I was pleasantly surprised that YouTube ran so fantastic on Android 6. Checking in with Jacob R. If you guys don't watch him and you think my content is entertaining, you're gonna love Jacob R. Let's change this to 1080p if we can. Oh, dude! 1080p res on an Android 6 device? I mean, dude, I think yes. Wait. What is that thing he's looking at? I wanted to take a look at the messaging application, and it looks exactly the same as the last time I saw it. Although, I think there is a way to activate swipe. I'm unsure if it was available for Android 6, but I'm going to mess around with the settings and see if I could get that, because it's probably my favorite thing on the planet. You might be asking what the camera quality looks like on this bad boy. The selfie cam is 5 megapixels and the back camera is 8 megapixels. We took a trip down to the city of Balneário Camboriú and saw the One Tower, which is the tallest skyscraper in South America.
Dani.
O João gravando com o celular dele que ele comprou no Mercadão. Onde que tem o shopping aqui? Provavelmente não.
É bom, não, a gente volta e aí tu pega o carro e que a gente vem pro shopping, mas fica perto.
Não precisa ir agora.
Dani, chega uma foto. Não, eu nem mais tirar uma foto dessa.
I think the best way to use this phone would be to download Android 6 applications for it. I only did this with 2 applications for this video. One of those applications is Doodle Jump, which is one of my favorite games to play while I need to kill some time. And because it's an Android 6 version, which is the current OS for this phone, it runs perfectly smooth. If you guys are new to the channel, I love these kinds of applications just because they give me blasts of nostalgia and I played them so much growing up. Another one I have is Paper Toss. And again, this is an Android 6 version of the application, and I just figured it would be good to take note that this phone is running a MediaTek 6737T chipset. Definitely not amazing, just wanted to take note that you're not going to be able to do any very demanding gaming on this phone, if those were your intentions, which I don't think they were. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to download a bunch of Android 6 versions of applications and see what I could do with this phone. Any of you watching up to this point, I'm curious to know if you were big paper toss players back in your high school or middle school days, because I know I was for sure. Oh wow, am I about to... I just beat my high score. Oh dude, we're getting the claps and the cheers. This is good. 15? Oh my gosh, this is groundbreaking. I don't even know if I've ever... Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it was pretty fun to try to find a phone here in Brazil, and I'm glad that it was this one because it's been fun making this video. Comment below some Android 6 versions of games I should try to find and download. The next video will be me trying to run as many applications as I can on this phone right here. And if you guys liked or enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe where I release videos similar to this every single Saturday. Even on weeks like this where I'm far away in Brazil recording some random smartphone on a beach. Yes, I did try to record this video earlier in the day, but I ended up getting a bit distracted. We'll see you guys next week, and thanks for watching.